Hey K-pop lovers! You're tuned in to K-pop Fair, where every story hits your heart like your favorite beat. Have you ever noticed how, in a room full of people, some just naturally gravitate toward each other? No scripts, no stage directions. Just an unspoken pull? That's exactly what happened one night at a long dinner table, when Jungkook made a choice that said more than 1,000 interviews ever could. And this wasn't a casual decision. His seat was ready for him a little farther away, but he didn't take it. Instead, he planted himself right behind Taehyung, as if the entire room disappeared and there was nowhere else he'd rather be. People talk. Oh, they always do. Some said he looked uncomfortable. Others claimed it was staged fan service. But here's the question. If he was uncomfortable, why didn't he simply move? Why didn't he sit down? The truth is simpler than the theories. Jungkook stayed because he wanted to stay. It's not the first time. It's not the last time. Again and again, when it comes to closeness, Jungkook chooses Taehyung. At that dinner, they didn't just share space. They shared calm, connection, and an ease that can't be faked. Moments like these aren't loud. They're quiet rebellions against distance. Even if someone tried to place them apart, Jungkook closed that gap on his own terms. And maybe that's why Winter Bear still matters so much. Not just to fans, but to the two of them. The song is a piece of Taehyung's heart, but it's also a collaboration built on trust. Taehyung wrote it, Jungkook filmed it, both of them living inside each frame. Think about it. Years later, in 2023, Jungkook sat silently on a live broadcast, listening to Winter Bear like it was the first time. No words, no chatter. Just stillness, his gaze locked ahead, as if the music was pulling memories straight out of him. Because he was there when it was born. He saw the late-night moments, the ideas spilling out into the camera lens, the quiet conversations that would never make it into the official credits. We all have songs that mean something personal. But for them, Winter Bear is a shared diary entry no one else can fully read. The lyrics tell one story, but the spaces between the words hold another. One only they understand. Their bond has always been built on presence. Not just standing side by side, but truly noticing each other. Jungkook shows up for Taehyung, and Taehyung shows up for Jungkook. Over and over. And in those small gestures, like quietly listening to a song years later, or standing in the only spot that lets you be near someone, you see the kind of loyalty that doesn't need to be announced. Of course, not everyone sees it. Some dismiss it, others twist it into something it's not. But that's the thing about genuine connections. They don't disappear just because someone else doubts them. It's never been about proving anything. It's about moving at their own pace, creating their own rhythm. And in that rhythm, they've built something unshakable. Winter Bear isn't just a song. It's a snapshot of a chapter in their shared story. A chapter that feels warm even years later, because it's woven with real moments and real presence. Look closely at the video and you'll see it. The way they move around each other without thinking, as if they already know what the other will do. That kind of synchronicity can't be scripted. It's muscle memory. When they're together, it's as if the rest of the world fades into background noise. They don't try to hide it, but they don't put it on display either. They just are. It's why, after all these years, the pattern remains the same. No matter the event, the crowd, or the camera angles, they find their way back to each other. That's what makes them different from so many other connections in the spotlight. It's not a performance. It's an instinct. Sometimes, the strongest statements are made without words. A shared look, a subtle smile, a quiet gesture, and suddenly you understand more than any caption could explain. And that's why the dinner table moment matters. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was simple. Because it was real. In a world where every move can be analyzed, they still manage to have moments that are purely theirs. Moments no amount of speculation can erase. So the next time you see Jungkook standing beside Taehyung when he could have been somewhere else, remember, he's exactly where he wants to be. Because some choices aren't made for the cameras. They're made for the heart. And in their story, those choices have been the most consistent thing of all. Every Winter Bear. Every glance. Every quiet moment in a crowded room. They add up to something you can't fake, something you can't plan, something that simply is. And maybe that's the real reason people can't stop talking about them. Because deep down we recognize it when we see it. The pull, the choice, the quiet certainty. Not fan service, not coincidence. Just two people moving through the world, still choosing each other. Every single time. That's it from Kpop Fair, your ultimate K-pop destination. Remember, stay sparkling and always follow your heart. See you in the next video.
Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I like to play fast. Cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine. I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside